call the Towns County Board of Education to order, and Dr. Smith will do the invocation.
Dear God, we just come to you and we ask you for wisdom as we come before you, these concerns, and God, we just ask that you would bless the schools, Lord, bless the students that go there, the teachers, the staff, Lord. I just thank you so much for the opportunity we get to be in a free country, that we're reminded of that every day. God, thank you so much for our health. Thank you so much for the people that are struggling with illness, and pray that you just bless them, protect their families. God, thank you so much for these students, Lord. I pray that towns would be known as a town of excellence. God, that we would glorify you with our decisions and the way we just go about our business every day. God, thank you so much for your love, for your kindness, for your Son Jesus. We praise you and we thank you.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, has everybody had a chance to read the agenda? Have any questions on the agenda? Have a motion to approve? Second? All in favor? None opposed, thank you. Okay, consent agenda, we don't have any fundraisers or field trips. Okay, we have the work session minutes for April the 10th, and I think everybody got an email on that. Any questions about those? Motion to approve? Oh, okay, we got the financial report, all of these together, financial report, work session, and regular board meeting. Okay, motion to approve. Any second?
Second.
All in favor? None opposed, thank you. All right, we're going to discuss and approve to advertise the budget.
The past 2 months, or actually the past month, we've had 2 budget hearings to discuss the budget for the coming up school year. And we are going to approve to advertise that for this coming month in June. I do want to make a couple comments about the budget. The budget is going to look like it has gone up fairly significantly, but it really hasn't. As everybody that has kept up with the legislator knows, that the governor has signed a bill for all educators or all teachers to get a 2% salary raise. For Towns County, that budget is given to us from the state, so $600,000 is going to increase our budget, but it's not necessarily coming out of our budget because the state is giving us that money, but that is going in there, so that is a significant reason why our budget appears to be going up. The other reason it's going to go up by $1 million is because we're going to put in $1 million in the budget from capital outlay, because we are going to be doing our projects next summer. We will probably not have the entire amount of money in SPLOST money at that time to pay for all of those projects, so we will have to use our general fund monies to finish some of those products, but we will be getting that money back from the state in our capital outlay. So that $1 million up to, it shouldn't cost that much, but if we pay up to $1 million, we will be getting that money back from the state. So even though it looks like our budget's going up by $1.6 million, that's really not the case. So that's just kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit. But I would like to go ahead and request that we approve to advertise the 2018 tentative budget.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the FY 2018 budget. I'll make a motion that we approve that. Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed. Thank you. All right, we're going to get rid of some science textbooks.
Yes, we do have our science textbook adoption this year, and for the first year, and I don't know how many years, we're actually able to buy a textbook for every kid in the school because of our SPLOST fund, so we do appreciate that. So we do have a lot of science textbooks that we will no longer be needing because they're old and out of date. We have a teacher that I know part of these textbooks would like to be sent, I think it was to Africa, if I'm not mistaken, by Mr. Camp in the high school. So we would like to surplus these textbooks and try to find a place for them that can be actually put to use. So would like to recommend that we approve that surplus.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the surplus science textbooks. Do I have a motion to approve? Second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed, thank you. All right, we're going to go up on the school nutrition charge procedure.
We pretty much have a similar procedure in place, but we would like to revisit that at this time. Right now, the new procedure we would like to adopt would set a charge limit for all students at $15. Students would receive a charge letter once their charges reach $5. And then after $10, they would be receiving a phone call from the school system to let them know that their balance is above $10. After the $15 mark in the procedure, it says that we can not allow a student to actually go through and get the regular plate from the lunchroom, and we would give them a water and sandwich meal. Now, when I first got into this position and sat down with Becky Lusk, the thought of taking a kid's plate from them just isn't something I ever would want to do. When I sat down with Becky last week and we were discussing how much money is out there that parents have not paid on those charges, that's over $20,000 right now for the school. So we're having to carry that. So that's kind of making me change my mind a little bit. I still don't want to do that. And from talking to Laura, we may sit down at the work session next month and maybe try to brainstorm what can we do to get some of this money back in. And right now, as some of you know, and I know I'm getting these calls from my own 2 children because I'm overbalanced myself right now. But we're sending those all calls out every week right now, trying to get as much of that money in. The issue with school nutrition is that at the end of the school year, they can't be in the negative as far as any balance goes. So there's only 2 options after that. Either the central office general fund pays for it or it comes out of the principal's accounts. I don't think either one of those accounts are going to add up to $20,000, nor are they going to want to pay $20,000 out of those accounts. We also have $2,300 in past due balances on adults. But what we do with the teachers, once we get to the end of the school year into the summertime, if they have left and a teacher has not paid their balance, or not just a teacher but an employee, then what we do is we just deduct that from their June check. So we don't have to worry about the adults because we can actually do that, and that's not necessarily an issue. But the issue is actually getting that money from the students who have not paid their balances. So with all that long story said, I would like to go ahead and approve this procedure. It is a procedure, so we can relook at this at any time we want to, but we'll try to remember to get that on the work session so we can actually have a further discussion next time. Dr. Smith?
Didn't you actually say there was a percentage of people that were on, like, reduced and stuff like that?
There are, and some of the issues with that, that doesn't necessarily mean they won't charge anything. What that means is they can get the standard plate that you get, but most everybody wants a second piece of pizza or a second, meal.
So that's what they're charged.
So if they get one of those, then they get charged the $1 or the whatever for the pizza that they get. So they can still rack up charges, even though they're on a free or reduced lunch plan.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So I would like to go ahead and recommend we approve the school nutrition charge procedure.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the school nutrition charge procedure. I'll make a motion that we approve that. Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed, thank you. Okay, discuss and approve a school nutrition grant.
Becky Lusk has gone out and from the DOE gotten a grant for up to $15,000 for a double convection oven. So the board has to approve all grants that we get. So we got to bring this to you to approve it. I'm going to assume we will, since it's free money. And then we will be able to go out and buy a brand new oven for the cafeteria. So that is fantastic news. And I would like to go ahead and approve approve that nutritional grant.
Is everyone?
Yes.
What would be a reason why we wouldn't?
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't assume you would not.
Would there be any reason why?
I couldn't imagine. Just craziness.
No, but like, is there like some, like?
No, I
string
mean, it's
attached?
free money, I don't know, but, yeah, I mean, there would be no reason to at all.
Okay, have a recommendation to approve a school
If
nutrition
we just
grant.
bought an oven or something, then what would be the point? That we'd just be getting rid of one or something? That'd be the only thing I could think of, but we don't have nothing like that.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve that?
Motion.
Second? All in favor? None opposed, thank you. Okay, increase to school nutrition meal prices.
A lot of our meal prices are dictated from the State Department School Nutrition Program, and they have sent out to Towns County a total price increase for 2017-18, which they have recommended 15 cents, but apparently from the state there is a cap of 10 cents on a school year that you can actually increase. So they have put a required price increase for 2018 at 10 cents with a remaining increase to be carried forward into 2019. So as you've seen in the sheet they sent to you, currently an adult breakfast is $1.50, that would move up to $1.60. Student breakfast is 90 cents, and that would move up to $1. Adult lunch is $3.35, which would move to $3.45, and student lunch would be $1.90 at elementary school would move to $2, and at middle high school it's $2 currently, would move to $2.10. So I would like to recommend we go ahead and approve that increase in school nutrition prices.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve a school increase of 10 cents. Do we have a motion to approve? Second?
Second.
You got a second? Any discussion on that one? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. All right, discuss and approve the resignation of our band director.
Derek Nolan has been our band director for the past 3 years, and so he has written a letter of resignation. My understanding is he has accepted a position in a county a couple hours away from us, and we have currently opened that position up and are going to begin interviews probably next week. So I do recommend that we approve the resignation of Derek Nolan.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve Derek Nolan's, or a recommendation to approve Derek Nolan's resignation. I'll make a motion that we approve that. Got a second? All in favor? None opposed, thank you. All right, custodian's request for medical leave.
Matthew Locke is a fairly new custodian to us. He's not been here with us I know he's not been here a year at this point, but he has had to be taken to the hospital a couple weeks ago with some heart issues, and apparently he's had a little bit of a history with some heart concerns and had a couple heart attacks in the past, and so he would like to request medical leave for 30 days, and hopefully he may be able to be back before the end of that time, or maybe before that time is up. So I would like to go ahead and approve the medical leave request for Matthew Locke.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve Matthew Locke's medical leave. Do I have a motion to approve? Got a motion, got a second? Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed, thank you. All right, we got 2 temporary summer maintenance help.
In the summertime, we usually like to hire, about 4 high school students typically to come in the summer and help, because there's a lot of furniture needing to be moved out of classrooms for the workers to get in and clean the rooms and get everything that needs to be done. Mr. Perrin has sent in 2 recommendations. One is Harold Cox and one is Jesse Garrison, and he says he will continue to look and hopefully find 2 additional students to help this summer, but currently he has 2. So I would like to recommend that we hire for temporary help this summer Harold Cox and Jesse Garrison.
Okay, we have a recommendation to hire Harold Cox, Jesse Garrison as temporary summer help. Do I have a motion to approve? Motion, got a second. Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed, thank you. Okay, we have a recommendation of a high school instructional support parapro.
This is the position we discussed last week at the work session that Dr. Hobbs has been requesting for a couple years to come over and do kind of what Vicki Turner does in the middle school. She has sent in a request for Diane Taylor to be considered for that position. I think Diane is one of our better parapros in the system, and I think she would do a tremendous job over there. So I do recommend we approve Diane Taylor for that high school instructional support parapro.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve Diane Taylor for the high school instructional support parapro, and I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Not opposed, thank you. All right, it's Dr. Page. Yep, Dr. Page, you're up.
Good evening. Well, we're down to our last final 9 days, and the school year is ending very well. And one reason that it is ending so well is that we had a wonderful Teacher Appreciation Week last week. The PTSO just lavished our teachers each day with lunches and prizes and breakfast, and it was just one of the most, I think it was the best Teacher Appreciation Week that I've experienced since I've been here. So all the PTSO, Amy Barrett and Kathleen Wood, all of them they just did a marvelous job. It was a lot of fun, and the teachers were just, they needed that. It helped their morale, and it was a lot of fun, and they really worked hard. And the business and the community just all supported us, and we felt really like somebody. So anyway, it was great. Our kids' testing's over, thank goodness. It's the longest testing period I've ever lived through, I think. But it's over, and the kids enjoyed a great field day. Last Friday, we could not go outside, but we were inside the gyms, and we appreciate middle school and high school letting us use the facilities, and we pitched in and had some pretty awesome giant inflatables and things like that, and it was a lot of fun, and the kids just are still talking about it today. So we just spoil our kids, we really do, we treat them so well. Our 4th grade lockers, I'm so happy to report they will be delivered May 11th. I doubt the 4th graders will get to use them, but they can look at them, and 3rd graders will use them next year, of course the 5th graders, so they will be delivered this week. I'm excited about that. Just quickly, a couple of things that are coming up. Tomorrow night is our musical, 1st graders, and then the 4th and 5th grum. That's at 7 o'clock in here in the auditorium. That always ends our spring or with our musical. Officer Donnie has his 5th grade champs graduation. He always does an awesome job with that. 5th graders look forward to those prizes that he gives out and their essays that they write. He does an excellent job. TEAC's evaluation is due. The state's going to lock that down on Monday, and we can't get back in it, and so we're working hard to get those completed, and Ms. Stephanie's making sure that we have what we have completed. Mr. Moss and I, and I'm sure both principals, are ensuring that all the teachers, I think there's a new piece about the attendance, and the teachers are checking the days that they have accrued. We're ensuring that everyone knows if they need, how many days they need to make up, especially the parapros during post-planning because due to snow days. So we're making sure that they understand that. And there's always seems to be some kind of a questioning about that towards the end of the school year. So we're making sure we're clarifying that. Honors Day for elementary is the 16th at 9 o'clock in here in the auditorium. Kindergarten graduation is always so sweet and special, and it is on the 17th in the middle school gym at 9 o'clock. And that's about all I have. So if you have any questions about elementary, if not, I'll turn over to Mr. Chastain.
Good afternoon. I want to add to what Dr. Page said about Teacher Appreciation Week. I think all of our teachers felt appreciated after that week, and we appreciate all the support of PTSO and all the things that were donated from the businesses in town. We successfully finished up testing for grades 6 through 8. Everything went very well with no irregularities that had to be reported to the state. The TEACS process for middle school teachers is now complete, and so that will be locked in with the state on Friday. Some things that are coming up for us: 6th grade is going to World of Coke this Thursday, so several field trips going on, finishing up the year for us. Spring Special Olympics will also be Thursday. Those are in Union County for the spring. Field day for middle school will begin this Friday for 6th grade, and 7th grade will be on Monday with 8th on Tuesday, so we hope for some good weather for that, and if not, we have backup plans for that in the gym. This Friday we'll also have orientation for the 5th grade students. They'll come over and eat lunch. Ms. Bronx worked really hard to prepare a video for them of the students that are already in middle school and about all the things middle school has to offer. So I think they'll have a good day on Friday getting to learn more about the middle school. Our chorus and band departments have been working really hard. We have a band concert this Friday night at 7 p.m. And then the chorus production of Wizard of Oz will be next Tuesday the 16th at 6 p.m. And both of those are going to be excellent performances. Report cards for us will go home. We finish up and finalize grades this Friday. So all grades will be finished for us this Friday. Report cards will go home next Wednesday the 17th. Honors Day for 6th and 7th grade will be on Thursday the 18th. And then the 8th grade commencement exercises will be on the early release day of May 19th at 9 a.m. And I just want to thank you for all your support, helping this year to go so smoothly and well. Do you have any questions for me about middle school? Okay, thank you.
Good evening. I also want to thank the PTSO and the community for what they did, and would like to add that they gave the teachers a mini massage, and that was a huge success. Every available slot that Joy had was filled up, so it was a great stress reliever all during the week during testing. 8th grade orientation took place about a week ago. We had nearly 50 of our 8th grade students and their parents and their siblings all show up to find out about the high school and to choose their high school classes, so they're all scheduled now. We completed all our EOC tests last week by Friday at lunch with no makeups this week, so that I'd like to thank the students and their parents for their attendance last week. Everyone came in, and I think we only actually had 2 absent, and they came the next day and made them up that afternoon, so we were through Friday at lunch with all tests. Field day was a big stress reliever for the students and for the teachers, and if you ever get a chance to come out there again, if we have those big blow-up houses in the gym, there's nothing funnier than to see Coach Stowers or Coach Cornett or even Mr. Melton get in one of those houses, and we're very lucky that no one tore an ACL or had to go and have their heart checked, but the students had a great time watching, especially when the teachers participated. Band had their banquet last Saturday night, and we had a great turnout last night from seniors at Macedonia Baptist. We had about 42 of our 85 seniors and their parents show up. It was a packed house. I actually had to stand in the back. There weren't any more seats available. Teachers in the high school are giving their finals this week, so hopefully by Friday we will be through with all tests. The FFA just had their banquet at Daniel's Steakhouse, and then of course tomorrow night is the athletic banquet at the rec department. This Friday is senior honors, and very pleased to say we have several new scholarships being given to seniors this year. Next week we have our first educator signing day. It's much like a student signing to go to college. These are seniors who are going into the field of education. We also have underclassmen honors next week on the 17th at 1:30, and students will be receiving an invitation if they are receiving an award for that program. Free physicals for our student athletes next week, and thank you Dr. Smith and for the other doctors in the community who are providing their time so that our students do not have to pay to go get that done. And then of course we are winding down to graduation. This year has flown by, and I want to thank you all for everything you've done this school year. Any questions for the high school?
What
Yes.
time is, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go.
What time is senior honors Friday?
9 a.m. Friday morning in the auditorium.
What's the teacher signing? I'm not
It's the first time that we've had it here in Towns County. It's like a student athlete that's signing to play football at the University of Georgia or some event like that, only we are recognizing we have, I think, about 4 seniors who are going into the field of education in college and have been accepted into the College of Education at their college. And so it's just a little get-together that we're going to have up in the Media Center for those 4 or 5 students who are going into the field of education, just to recognize them.
So they're not like signing with Towns County?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I thought it was like a I was like, oh, it's
I think actually Governor Deal started this and sent it out to all the counties that this is something that would be great for any senior who even contemplates that they want to go into the field of education, to recognize them.
Which is celebrating.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got it.
I've only got 2 things. The first, last week we approved to advertise for a construction manager. We currently do have 2 large construction companies that have requested that plan. And the way that it works, we advertise, but we can't send out the request for proposal unless they request it from us, which is an interesting process how that all works. So currently we have 2 of the bigger construction companies who have requested that, and we're expecting at least 2 more, so we know we at least have some very good options to pick from. Those are going to be due in, I think, the first week of June, so we should be able to look at those and maybe by mid-June actually make a decision who our construction manager is going to be for the projects on the next over the next 3 or 4 years. Lastly, we've not discussed this, and thank you to Laura for actually asking about it today, because I had not mentioned it to everybody, but graduation is May 19th at 7 p.m. And typically the board members are requested to be there, and we do sit on stage up at the top. You're not, of course, required to be there, but if you can be there, that would be fantastic. I think Stan skipped that last year, but I won't mention any names. He was out of town, so I won't get on him too bad. But yeah, if you can be there, that would be fantastic on May 19th, 7 p.m. at the Rec Center. And that's all I've got.
Okay, do we need a closed session? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? Got a second? All in favor? Thank you. Meeting adjourned.